Hi, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life. And we are on week 47, day 3 of our positive, peaceful affirmations that we are doing every day, Monday through Friday. We are following Dr. Susan Lawton's book, Positive Peaceful Growth Calendar, that you could buy at Aroma Tools or Oil Life. If you love positive affirmations or you love music therapy, if you love essential oils and aromatherapy, you're going to love this book. It's simple in its layouts, but it's profound in the changes that it can help us make in our lives. The affirmation for the entire week that we've been concentrating on is, I am the only one thinking my thoughts, and I have the power with God to heal all past wounds. So when I think about this, and we've talked about how we're the only one thinking our thoughts, so we can't assume that our loved ones know what we're thinking without letting them know. And when I think about the power to heal all past wounds, to me, that's what the atonement of Jesus Christ does. I feel like Christ not only suffered for our sins, but he also suffered all of the emotional challenges that we would have. He felt the sadness, the heartache, the betrayal, the everything that we felt, and so he knows how best to heal us. And we do think there's many different things that can help us heal from our past wounds, whether that is traditional kind of talk therapy, going to a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a marriage counselor, a social worker, whatever it is, whoever it is that helps you, whether that's going to the scriptures and religion and our religious leaders and trying to heal from bringing that peace that the gospel can bring, and that understanding and that forgiveness, or whether it's healing through music therapy or aromatherapy, or even movement therapy, whether that's healing through dance, healing through jogging, healing through horseback riding, right? There's so many different things in life. Healing from just being out in the sunshine and enjoying nature. There's so many things that we can heal from in life. So if you haven't found exactly what it is, spend some time meditating about it, brainstorming about it, praying about it. I know that healing is out there for everything, whether in this life or in the next. All hurts will eventually be healed. The affirmation for today is, I am able to let go and move ahead without the burden of baggage. Able to let go and move ahead without the burden of baggage. So, as I was thinking about this, I thought it would be pretty good for us to just sit there, ponder, if I was carrying baggage with me, what baggage would it be, and how can I best put it down? So that goes back to the healing of past wounds. If maybe you're carrying an insult from a friend or a hurt from a friend forward in life, or maybe I don't know, maybe you didn't get asked to the prom when you were 17, and so you're carrying that hurt forward. Maybe someone called you a horrible name, or said that you were not smart or ugly, or whatever it is. People can be cruel, and maybe we're carrying that forward. Or maybe we're just going forward each day with the negative self-talk that we have in our head, reinforcing our negative opinion of ourselves as we're not able sometimes to shut off that negative self-talk. So whatever it is, maybe there's been wounds with how you were treated because you were a boy or a girl. Maybe there were wounds of how you were treated because of the color you were or the age you were. Maybe there was something that you really wanted to do but you weren't allowed to do because of how old you were, or you weren't old enough, or maybe you were too old to do something, and that hurts. We can examine the baggage that we're carrying, and we can decide how we can best put that baggage down. Because I'm just guessing that if I had us all, if I could look at everyone who was watching this all at one time and I asked a question, do you want to put down the baggage? Like, all of us would be raising our hands saying, 100%, we want to put down that baggage. We don't want to feel that pain. We don't want to feel that sorrow that happened yesterday and let that yet again contaminate today. So, some ways to put that down. Well, there's many ways of putting down the baggage. And I'm just going to mention just a few of them. One is through imagery. Just seeing whatever happened and feeling whatever happened, and then giving that kind of wrapping it up and presenting that to, a lot of people like to say that they're presenting it to Christ and our God, and letting Him be the one who handles it. Not that we want to put a ton of burdens on God, but that God does know how to handle it. And He knows both our hearts and whoever's heart it was that hurt us. He knows all situations, and He knows how to handle things. So a lot of people love to see themselves coming to Christ or coming to God and giving them the burdens, giving Him the baggage, and then seeing, I don't know, maybe even going a step further and seeing Him make something beautiful from that and release it in some way. Maybe seeing a dark, I don't know, a dark substance, seeing that as God takes it, seeing that become a beautiful thing of light and color and beauty. God can hurt our past, and I said that wrong. God can heal our past hurts, and He can make very sad things happy again. Maybe part of the putting down the baggage is, okay, yes, that not harmful, but hurtful thing occurred, and what have I been able to learn from it, and how can I be of greater service to other people from it? So we're gonna put down the hurt, and we're gonna just keep with us the lessons, putting down the hurt, keeping the wisdom that we've learned. I don't know, there's just so many different ways to put down the hurt. Go ahead, put your favorite ways to put down baggage here. Maybe it's just telling someone about it and then helping them. Sometimes when we tell someone, it seems like our burdens have been lifted and we're able to put them down. Maybe we're going to journal about it. We're just going to journal everything, and then we're going to take that paper. Maybe we're going to tear it up and we're going to burn it. Maybe we're going to take that paper, we're going to tear it up, we're just going to throw it away. Maybe we're going to take that paper, we're going to tear it up, and this is not environmentally friendly. But maybe we're going to tear up that piece of paper, and that paper is just into very, very, very tiny pieces, and we're just going to throw it into a river, and let that river just carry it away. Okay, maybe that wasn't the most environmentally conscious thing to do. So, but you get what I'm saying. I mean, just put it somewhere. Okay, so let's do this. Maybe we're gonna pick up a rock and we're gonna tell that rock everything from the burdens of our heart, and then we're gonna drop it in the river. How's that one? Or we're gonna, okay, this is better because I like the idea of the river just taking it away. Maybe we're going to pick up a leaf from a tree or whatever, and then we're gonna just tell that leaf all the stuff that has happened, and then we're just gonna throw that leaf into the river, or that stick into the river, because it's natural, right? So we don't have to worry because it's biodegradable or whatever else. It won't be like trash or anything. Anyway, so we're gonna toss that into the river, and then the river's just gonna take that away. There are so many different ways to symbolically put down our baggage. Maybe every single day we're going to put some frankincense on our heart area, on our feet, and every single day we're going to wake up and say, today is a new day and the past is the past. Just reminding us, today is a new day and the past is the past. Maybe as we go to bed, we're going to put something, one of our favorite essential oils, onto our feet, onto our heart area, and say, today was a beautiful day. I am going to let go of everything right now that I need to release. Anything that doesn't make me happy, anything that doesn't serve me well. It's now time to end the day. So we're ending all of that, putting that symbolically away from us before we get into bed. Anyway, there's beautiful ways to do it. Journaling again, talking to someone. Maybe we're going to, okay, this isn't environmentally conscious either, but maybe we're going to write it on a balloon, and then we're going to just release that balloon into the air. Again, and not an environmentally conscious thing. I'm sure you can come up with a better way of just putting something somewhere and releasing it to be taken away from us. Okay. Anyway, again, the affirmation for today is, I am able to let go and move ahead without the burden of baggage. And it doesn't just have to be every day. Maybe we've had a horrible morning and we're going to say, okay, that morning is now stopped, and we're going to release everything, and we're going to go throughout the day with a fresh start. It doesn't have to be mornings. It doesn't have to be New Year's. It doesn't have to be the beginning of the months or the beginning of the weeks. We can release things just as soon as they happen to us. We can. We have that power with God. We have that power. Okay. The diffuser blend that we've been diffusing the whole entire week is 2 drops of geranium, which is the oil of love and trust, 2 drops of grapefruit, which is the oil of honoring the body. I did a shout out a couple of days ago. Go look for it. And the emotional and physical benefits of each of those oils I did one each day. But today, Thursday and Friday, we are going to be going into some other oils that are not yet in this book, or at least not the edition that I have of this book. So the oil that we're going to be talking about today is green mandarin essential oil. So green mandarin's motto, if green mandarin as an essential oil had a motto, it would be, each day is a fresh new start. Each day is a fresh new start. And we can modify that to each moment we get to start again new. We get to create ourselves again new. Green mandarin is all about creating newness. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the mandarin tree. To effectively grow the mandarin tree to produce a healthy, vibrant crop needs to be thinned heavily. While much of the fruit is still green, so they'll let it grow, they'll thin it out a little bit, they'll let it grow again, and the stuff that they pick, a lot of the stuff, the fruits while it's still green, and then they take those fruits and they then make green mandarin essential oil out of it, just while it's still in that new, I'm going to call it the childhood state. Then, as the tree begins to grow again, there's some yellow mandarin that they're like, okay, the tree still is too full for all of this to fruit to be ripened effectively. So we're gonna pick some yellow mandarin oil. I mean, some of the yellow mandarin fruit out, and then that gets processed into yellow mandarin essential oil, and then that the fruit that's left gets to actually grow and ripen to maturity, and that's where we get the red mandarin essential oil. So the same tree gives us three different oils: the green mandarin, the yellow mandarin, and the red mandarin. Now, a lot of people like to liken the energies and the activity of those mandarins as the maiden when it's green, the green mandarin, the mother, and the grandmother. The green mandarin is beautiful for the heart. The yellow mandarin is amazing for the mind. The red mandarin is beautiful for our spirits. So they all have different energies and different actions in the way that they work. Just like we have different energies at different stages in our life as well. Okay. So most green mandarin is a citrus oil, right? It comes from the mandarin tree. And we know that all citrus oils are mood uplifting oils. And there's one other thing that we know about citrus oils, and that's that when we put it on and then go out in the sun, it can make our skin more photosensitive to that parts of our skin that might see the sunlight, like our faces, our arms, our legs. And so when I'm talking about citrus oils, usually I say this is going to be an oil because it's a citrus oil and it can make your skin more photosensitive, where you put it on and that skin kind of sees the light. I always recommend only put it on at night or when you're not going to be going out into the light, because you may have a tendency to sunburn easier. Well, the nice thing about green mandarin is that it doesn't have that same property. Because the green mandarin is picked so young, it has not yet developed the furancomarins, Furancomarins, furancomarins. Anyway, and so because it hasn't developed that yet, you don't have to worry about putting the green mandarin on and becoming more photosensitive. What does green mandarin do physically and emotionally? Well, listen up and we'll learn together on what it does. It's soothing and calming to our nervous system. It boosts immunity like every other citrus oil does. It's a tonic for our stomach, liver, and intestines. So it helps to get them moving and nourishes those. It's great for people. The mandarins are great for children or people who have sensitive skin, because they're a very, very gentle oil. So if your little one has a stomach ache and the ginger seems to not be a little bit too hard for them, using a green mandarin for digestive support can be a beautiful, beautiful thing to do. Now, that leads us into the next thing that green mandarin does, and it is so good for digestive support. It is great. Hold on. I'm sorry, I think I actually already talked about digestive support. Anyway, the next thing that green mandarin does is it's great for our skin. So if you want healthier looking skin, a more clear complexion, if you want to reduce the appearance of stretch marks or even scars, go ahead, put some green mandarin into like a coconut oil, a jojoba oil, your favorite carrier oil, and then rub that where those issues are. You can also use just green mandarin and just put a couple drops onto your cotton ball and then just dab that on your face wherever you want a little bit more clarity on your face. Green mandarin is very supportive for those who have suffered with nerve damage. Again, you can put the green mandarin into a carrier oil and rub that on those places and see how that supports you in that. Green mandarin is beautiful for times when our hands are achy or our muscles are achy. Again, you're just going to want to put it in a carrier oil and rub that on wherever you're feeling that discomfort. It's great to use where you have any illness, where there's some sadness connected to it. Again, because it's a beautifully uplifting oil. And sometimes when we're sick, we just need to feel a little bit uplifted. Now, green mandarin is because it's a citrus oil, and as you know, a lot of people like to clean with their lemon or their lime oils, and you can definitely clean with green mandarin too, because it's very good at helping to kill the germs. You can put a couple drops into your, I put like 5 drops into a spray bottle filled with water, and then go ahead, clean your counters, your bathrooms, clean out your trash cans with that. It's going to make your trash can smell amazing. So emotionally, we've already said that every single citrus is uplifting, but they all have a little bit different of an energy. And when we think of green mandarin, I want us to think of that childlike energy. And maybe as we're diffusing green mandarin, we could think, what are the gifts of children? Because there's childish things, like, right? We don't want that part, but we do want the childlike things more in our lives. So children are playful. Children easily forgive. Children are hopeful for the future. Children make friends easily. And children can run around and not care what anyone else thinks of them. They're just their own little person, presenting themselves so authentically to the world. And those are the gifts that we can develop more as we're being intentional about developing, and as we put on or diffuse green mandarin. Because green mandarin has that childlike energy, that playful energy, it's a beautiful oil to put in your diffuser when it's time to play with your children, when it's game time, when it's time just to relax together as a family. Putting green mandarin on can be bring in that play, and that, okay, put away the work of the day, it's now time to play. And there's some people that have a hard time playing. There are some people that are like, oh, let me just get this last little thing of work done. And so green mandarin would be beautiful for them to start diffusing like the last half hour of their work, so that they're getting that transition into their mind that, okay, it's almost time to stop work. Okay, it's almost like you give someone when they're little that 15-minute, 10-minute, 5-minute warning when it's time to leave the playground or time to leave the swimming pool. We just give them that little timetable so that it's easier for them to transition to the next activity. Adults need transition time too sometimes. And so diffusing green mandarin helps us to get into that, and smelling that beautiful scent helps us to get into that, okay, work time is almost done. It's now time to have that beautiful connection time, that beautiful playtime. And diffusing green mandarin can help us remember there's power in playfulness. There's power in silliness and fun. There's power in fun. Children automatically know that, and it's a good thing for adults to remember too. So if you tend to be a little bit more on the serious side, maybe some people say you're too serious. I'm definitely not gonna shame anyone who tends to be a little bit more on the serious side. I'm probably that person too. But it's good for me to remember that there is value in play. Green Mandarin can help us be more childlike in bringing the silliness in. So how can I make my work more fun? What can I bring to the table today? How can I make my school more fun? My education more fun? My dinners more fun? How can I make my dinners more fun? Like, what would it be like to be known as the fun mom, the fun dad, the fun parent? Not saying that the other person can't be fun too, but just bringing the joy and the spontaneity into what we're doing, I think, is a beautiful thing. So can we just take some time today to just be a little silly and just have fun with our families? Green Mandarin is great for those who tend to dwell in the past. Children forget the past pretty easily. And so it can help us just remember, we don't want, like, do we really want to carry our baggage the rest of our life? I wish I just was a gifted artist, and I don't have that skill yet. But I wish I was a gifted artist, and I wish I could just have a picture of someone who was just loaded down with baggage, and just say, can we just start each day with a clean slate? Can we just put the baggage down? Putting the baggage down. We are new people each day, and so are other people. Okay. Green Mandarin is great for those who have survived past traumas but don't seem to be thriving. There might be some part of that past trauma that's still lingering with us or with them, and it's time to just let that baggage go. Not keep carrying it. Not keeping those pebbles in our shoe, getting them out. Green Mandarin is great for helping us to relax and see things with a forgiving heart. It's great to diffuse or to wear, like on a bracelet or a necklace or a watch. They make essential oil watches, and just to help us remember that it's important to build and repair relationships. So if we're trying to build relationships, that may have been hurt in the past, if we're trying to repair our relationships, Green Mandarin, it can bring in that energy of easy forgiveness. Green Mandarin too, now this is totally different than everything we've mentioned so far, but Green Mandarin is a beautiful oil for people who get distracted on a lot of different things. It's a beautiful oil to help people focus. A lot of times when people are thinking difficulty focusing, they're thinking vetiver. That's a beautiful oil to use for that too, but Green Mandarin also has that energy of just the ability to focus. Green Mandarin is green, and when we think of green, a lot of people think of nature, and they think of abundance. So Green Mandarin can also be an abundance oil. It helps us to think, what else is possible? Like, children are always thinking about what's possible. What is, how many children love to invent little things, or when I grow up I'm going to do this. They focus on what's possible. They definitely don't focus on what are all the roadblocks I'm going to have to overcome in the meantime to get to what's possible. They focus on what's possible, and sometimes I think it's keeping our vision on what is possible that allows us to up-level different things in our lives and to live in a more abundant world. Green Mandarin is a beautiful oil when you're doing anything new. So you're brainstorming about where you want in a new house. You're brainstorming on what you want this educational school year to look like. You're brainstorming on how you want to, move your furniture around. It's a beautiful oil to help anytime we're starting something new. It's a mood uplifting oil. It's going to give us a little bit more energy to keep going on our new projects. Another gift of children, going back onto the childlike energy that green mandarin helps to bring in, is children really aren't very judgy. You know, if there's someone in the area, it's like, hey, do you want to be my friend? Let's play. And so green mandarin brings into the energies of I love everyone and everyone loves and accepts me. Right? So if you want to bring a little bit, put down a little bit of your judgment and bring in that I love you energy, and even the energy, I know you're going to love me, pairing and diffusing green mandarin with that intention is beautiful. So remember how we said that green mandarin was a gentle oil? Well, green mandarin, like physically, that almost every skin type can use it, and the little ones can use it, and the elderly people can use it too, because it's so good for people who might have some have more greater sensitivity to maybe a hotter oil. Well, green mandarin is a beautiful oil too, to help us be a little bit more gentle and sensitive with ourselves and others. Like maybe someone's sensitive to like nails on the chalkboard. Okay, green mandarin helps us remember, okay, we don't want to do to scrape our nails on the chalkboard. Maybe someone's sensitive in how they our tone of voice. Okay, we're gonna honor that. We're gonna start using a better tone of voice. Maybe someone's sensitive to how we look at them, or how we are, or soft or loud noises. Maybe someone's sensitive to thunder or lightning, or scared of spiders, or maybe they're even scared of dogs. Green mandarin brings in this gentle energy that says, I can be gentle with myself. I can work with my sensitivities and honor my sensitivities, and I can be gentle with you, and I can honor your sensitivities too. It's just one of those gentle oils that helps us to realize we can all be authentic, we can be loved, we can be appreciated for who we really are, and people will respond to our sensitivities as we let them know what we're sensitive to. Okay, so you can blend green mandarin with a lot of different things. You can, for digestive support, you can blend it with any of the other citrus oils, fennel or ginger. For more beautiful skin, you can blend it with lavender or neroli, or rose. Rose would be beautiful for beautiful skin. If you want to have that childlike quality of I love and accept you, you love and accept me, putting down the judgment, putting down the fear of rejection, you can blend it with bergamot essential oil. It's going to be a beautiful oil to blend it with. If you're doing some heart work, remember how we said that green mandarin was so good for our hearts. We can blend it with geranium, ylang ylang, or rose. And if we're using it as an abundance oil, we can blend it with turmeric, or we can blend it with Roman chamomile. Now, if you blend it with turmeric, you might want to put in a little bit more, like maybe 1 drop turmeric to 4 drops of green mandarin oil, just to balance out the turmeric. But it can be a beautiful oil. Again, if you're trying to work on abundance, you might just say, what is possible? What's possible? We're going to focus on the possible. I can't tell you how many impossible things I have done in my life just by thinking, it is possible. There's this beautiful poem that talks about that those who think that something is impossible should get out of the way of the people who are doing it. So, while we tend to think that a lot of things aren't possible, my guess is that a lot more things are possible than we know if we will move our feet, and maybe if we'll pray for God's help too. Okay, so that's the beauty of green mandarin essential oil, some of its emotional and physical gifts. Just reminding you that the blend that we're diffusing the whole entire week is geranium, the oil of love and trust. Remember that beautiful heart oil, and then grapefruit, the oil of honoring your body. If you have green mandarin and you want to add it to that diffuser blend, what I would do is I would just see how you love that diffuser blend, and then absolutely add some green mandarin in it and see how that doesn't raise the playfulness and the childlikeness of the blend. Okay, the song for the entire week, I don't know if I already said this or not, but it's Let It Go by Idina Menzel. And the affirmation for today is, I am able to let go and move ahead without the burden of baggage. Letting yesterday go, letting last year go, letting every painful thing that has happened to us in our life, letting it go, giving it to God, letting Him be the judge, letting Him be our healer. The affirmation for today, for the whole entire week is, I am the only one thinking my thoughts. Again, we need to share our thoughts if we want other people to know them. And I have the power to, with God, to heal all past wounds. Okay, this is Suzanne Williams. This is a beautiful, don't you love the affirmation for this week? I am loving it. Concentrating on just setting that baggage down and becoming new creatures and letting other people become new creatures too. This is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life, reminding us all that we have this incredible power within us, with God, to make every day a great day.